Guys, what's going on? This is Mike Show, CEO of the Full Circle Agency, and guess what we're about to do? We're about to make a call. No script, have no idea what the hell's going on, right? But I know that we're gonna have a great conversation. Man, grab a pen, grab a sheet of paper, something to write with, something to write on, take notes, sit back. You probably wanna play this thing on over again. Here we go.
Hello?
Yes, sir, what's going on, man? This is Mike with the Full Circle, brother. Good afternoon, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Mike?
Bro, I'm doing well. And listen, I know we've been going back and forth trying to get in front of each other. You scheduled a call on my calendar. I think it was Friday. I take full responsibility for not catching you. I think you had a sales meeting at that time. But my sole intention with this conversation is find out a little bit more about what's going on over there and to see if anything that we do might be a correct fit for you. So first things first, I just appreciate your time and looking forward to the quick convo.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, you for calling me and letting me reschedule. Again, I missed you by a couple minutes last time, so.
Hey, no worries.
My apologies for that as well.
No worries. What's going to be the number one thing? I know we got about 15 or so minutes here. What's going to be the number one thing you're looking to gain or take away from this conversation?
Well, here's the thing. So, I'm an entrepreneur. I started a clothing brand in 2020 after being an international tennis player.
Wow.
Because COVID shut down everything, I started this clothing brand with some money I had from the government was giving away to young students.
Okay.
And so basically I've been growing it for the past, 3-4 years. And we've been able to, I don't know if you know, the professional tennis tournament, the National Bank Open in Canada.
Okay.
It's basically a professional tennis tournament where we had the chance to be corporate partners and vendors, and we basically outsold brands like Hugo Boss, Lacoste,
Fila,
and Wilson, Babala, so you know.
Yep.
And you're in Miami, right?
Yeah, I'm located here in Miami, Florida.
Okay, so if I'm correct, you may know the retailer Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, 1,000%. That's it. I got a Dick's Sporting Goods maybe 2.5 miles from where I live.
Okay, yeah. So we basically have a Canadian version here called Sports Expert. It's worth about $4 billion.
Excellent.
Roughly.
Okay.
And I tried contacting them. I had the chance to meet some of the directors of the franchise. Had the chance to speak with the sales team, but because of COVID and inventory management, they still had inventories for the years from the years previous.
Right.
So they didn't want to bring in the new brand without selling the inventory that they weren't able to sell for the past 2 years, right?
Okay. Yep.
And so that's my goal. At the moment, I'm thinking, is retailing the way to go, or is it online e-commerce, build the website, bring in the sales through the website, and then create a demand, control the demand, own it, and then be able to go through retailers, but at least then I'll have the numbers to negotiate with them, if you know what I mean.
1,000%. 1,000%. And is that the question that you got for me? Is that where you're looking to kind of find out how to navigate those waters, the most effective way?
Well, I first saw you on Instagram and took a look at your website. I saw you guys do e-commerce. You bring in leads, you bring in sales to the website, and I was wondering if, and I know you create content as well.
Yes, sir.
So I was wondering, what you think would be the right way to go if I wanted to go on the e-commerce route?
Yeah, totally, man. So again, and I appreciate that question. So the Full Circle Agency, the business that I own, right? We are a marketing and advertising firm located down here in Miami, Florida, right? And what we actually specialize in, yes, we do website development and optimization. We do ads and so on and so forth, the curation and the page span and just the overall ad management. But what we're actually known for, our bread and butter, falls right in alignment with kind of what it is you're asking about. And what I mean by that is retention marketing. So what is retention marketing, right? Retention marketing is increasing the lifetime value of a consumer through email, text, loyalty, or subscription, right? Somebody buys a Nike dry fit shirt at, let's say, Dick's Sporting Goods, or in your case, it's the sports experts, right? How do you get them to continue to buy frequently, right? Increase the average value of that ticket. So that's what we do for massive brands like eBay, Lines Not Cheap, Acubo, Tectonic, Lightsall. The list goes on and on and on. Some of those companies being apparel companies. Now, the reason why I paint that picture before getting into the next point is this. You're so right when it comes to getting into big retail. And the only reason why we know this is because we work with a lot of people who are in big retail already. They need to see proof in the numbers. They are not going to shelf something if they have no idea that they're going to generate some sort of revenue. So with that being said, should you seize or stop on moving forward into big retail, getting into those superior chains? Hell no, you shouldn't, because that cycle takes a shit ton of time to be able to accomplish, right? So the fact that you've got that initiated, that's number one. Now, at the exact same time, brand awareness is going to be number one. And if you can put that stuff on a website and you can optimize your website and you could start running awareness ads and call to action ads to a website, that's incredible. The next step after that fact is going to be to have something that they can subscribe to as it relates to some sort of back and forth correspondence. Ideally, it's an email list. You're formulating an email list. Now you're building a culture. Now you're building a community. Now you're staying on top of them, right? In how you conversate with those individuals. And then what you do is you subtly upsell the consumer into, oh, hey, check out this brand new offer. Oh, check out, we're running a sale here. Oh, happy Father's Day. For all my fathers, you get 10% discount off on X, Y, and Z shirt. And now you start building credibility and or the power to request some sort of demand from the marketplace, which will only make you more money on that side, and then provide the numbers that these big time retailers are looking for when you're looking to get into big retail. So should you do the website? Hell yeah, you should do the website. Should you be leveraged on social media? 1000%. It is single-handedly the fastest way to gain mind and market share. Gary Vaynerchuk told me that face to face. I'll never forget that. That is number one, more so than anything else. There should be some sort of digital presence. There should be a place where people could potentially buy your product. You need to be pushing out some sort of content, whether it's paid and or organic, right? And then on top of that, you need to be pushing into getting into big retail and creating partnerships with big time athletes, whatever the hell it is you need to do to get in front of eyeballs. That's literally the only game. That's what Nike does, and that's why Nike does what Nike does from a revenue standpoint. So I know that's a lot of data and a lot of information. Any questions on any of that strategy?
Well, no, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing. You know, as you said, you look at everybody now, every single brand, they have a strong social media.
Yeah.
They push it towards their online website, and then they bring in numbers, and then from there, you know, doors are open wherever you want to go. If you have the sales, doors are open. So
hell yeah. If there's no doors that are open, how can people walk in? And if there's nothing that they can buy, then how the hell can you transact with people? So you gotta just make it as easy as possible for the consumer so that they can potentially start getting acquainted with the brand and of course in this case the product that's affiliated with the brand. So are you putting together a website right now, or are you just in kind of like the think about it stage, or walk me through briefly, like what are you currently doing outside of getting into big retail to push your brand?
Yeah, so at the moment we are building the website. It's like almost done. I
Okay.
have someone who's doing it through a code. He's like literally coding the website through Shopify.
Okay.
And then again, the most important thing will be to create content. You know, create some kind of social media image for the brand, and then be able to bring those people from the social media to the website and get them to buy.
Totally. So, you got a website rocking. That's incredible. When that's up and running, I would love to take a look at it. When it's up and running and done, send me that URL so I can look at it. Now, on the social media management side, would love to have a secondary maybe conversation as it relates to that. We do that for about 53 or 54 different companies and brands right now on the social media management side or division within my company. And the bottom line is it's just a consistency play. It's got to be a lot of video, right? There can be static images. It's got to be something that's done every single day, and you got to kind of treat your social media like a baby. Otherwise, it won't grow. You can't expect incredible traction on social media right off the bat unless you're LeBron James. And then of course, you're going to get immediate traction on social media. But that social media game is a long game, but it's a forever game. It's kind of like real estate, multifamily real estate. You build it, and then that shit just brings you cash flow month over month over month over month. But you got to lay a foundation, and that needs to be done correctly. So if that's something on the radar for you, when the time makes sense and shit, branding and marketing, the time is right now, but obviously you're doing what it is you're doing, or you're expert in what you do. Like, we can have a conversation as it relates to that, because we do that at a very, very, very high level with some massive brands and entities.
Okay. So what kind of content would you think would be good for a clothing brand? And if we were to move forward, would you need some inventory for yourself to film the content, or how does it work?
Yeah, great question. So the type of content is going to be a series of static images, of course, but more so like the video content, like the real content. And when I say real, I'm not talking REAL, I'm talking REEL, like actual video content. Yeah. And listen, from a clothing brand standpoint, right? You got to take a look at, and obviously we would dissect this and so on and so forth, but high level, you got to take a look at what does your brand represent, what type of people are sporting the brand, and then what type of vibe does it give off when people do sport it, And you're trying to paint a picture to answer those 3 to 4 questions in the videos and or in the content that it is that you're pushing out. Like, that's going to be number one. Listen, there's tons of dry fit out there. Why do people choose Nike? There's hundreds of different dry fit options out there. But they choose Nike because of the image and the feeling when they put it on their back, and how it's connected to the big time athletes that also have it on their back. So you got to think of it like that. It's more of an image kind of creation. If you were to partner up with us, we have packages that range anywhere from $1,000 per month up to $1,500 per month. Nothing more. We don't hit people over the head. We're an ethical organization, and the only variance in price point is dictated off how much we actually do. Right? We do post every single day on your regular timeline feed. For the upper tier options, and I can provide some examples and so on and so forth, because people believe what they see, not what they hear. We go up to and including 8 story posts every single day as well, just to up that level of consistency. As far as shooting the content, if you did have merchandise and you wanted to send it on down to Miami, Florida, right? It would be something separate, but what we could do is we could get people to wear it. Based off, of course, you giving us the thumbs up. We can do some pretty cool things as it relates to just shooting the actual content. Of course, if you had content too, that would be huge. Like, I'm talking about the factory and you talking to your employees and just being engaging. Like that type of stuff. If you have that, that's huge. But can we curate everything too? Of course. I just don't have enough data and information to tell you exactly what it would look like, but that's just kind of high level, just based off what you told me. So what do you like about anything you heard, if anything at all?
No, I mean, like I said, the content is very important. So to have someone, because I'm working with some of my friends, but it's always hard to organize content and then finding the right people to wear the clothes, finding the right places. So to have someone to do it consistently every single day would be great.
Yeah.
As you said, doing content in the factory, how the products are made, content interviews with the employees, with me, the CEO. And that's a question for you. How important do you think it is to create to showcase the story of the founder?
I think that's everything.
Some website will have a founder page about us, for example, and then they'll have an interview with the CEO.
Yeah.
The story. How important do you think it is?
I think that's everything, man. People buy into a story. They don't necessarily buy into a product, especially when we're talking about apparel. Like if we're talking about buying a $150 million multifamily real estate property, well, they're buying into the cash flow. They're buying into the NOI. They're buying into the occupancy, right? The average occupancy. But when we're talking about apparel, people are buying into the story. The story starts with you. The fact that you are an high-level professional tennis player, that in and of itself would carry massive weight for any single person that has played sports before. And take it from a person like myself that has played sports at an incredibly high level too. Like you know what it is you're talking about. You've done it before. And your story is also a massive selling point, especially at the ground stages of building a brand and building a community. Now, of course, if you get to a $14 billion market cap, well, maybe the story of the CEO isn't as necessary because the brand is so developed. But right now, you got to hit every single element that you possibly can to get as many people engaged with the brand and of course build a community. So I think that's everything, man. If you didn't do it, it wouldn't make sense.
Okay, gotcha,
man. So as far as timelines on, and if there was a time you guys are really looking to take this social media game to the next level, like how important is it to you to figure something out sooner rather than later? Or is this like a 2025 thing, a 2026 thing? Like what does that look like for you?
Well, for me, it's absolutely important. Like I said, I'm pushing to get the website done.
Yep.
We started some content. We have some plans, but it's not content that we can post every single day. We don't have that kind of volume.
Yep.
But we used to sell through some retailers that had visibility in Canada and the US.
Okay.
But it's hard to sell when nobody knows the brand.
Yeah.
Even if it's in the biggest retailers, nobody's gonna buy if they don't know who you are. So
yeah.
And I see more and more of this content creation for brand. Like every brand has an Instagram nowadays. They do all kind of content with influencers, with employees. So as soon as we can get the website done, the funnel, the sales, or the people through the website, I think it'd be important to start creating content, even maybe now, until the website is done, so that we can publish it later on.
100%. I would say, and what's the timeline that the website may be done? Is the coder in that game for another couple of months, or is it
it should be by the end of the week.
Oh man,
it should be by the end of the week. It's not a super sophisticated website for now.
Yeah, you don't need one.
Once it's in, we can start adding more and more and more, but it's important to have it online.
Hell yeah, man. No, so I love that. So why don't we do this, right? When that website is complete, and I'm going to put it in my calendar to follow up with you. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, what I'll do is I'll send a calendar invite to you, maybe next week, Wednesday, at the exact same time that we're talking right now, and I just sent it on over to you. If that makes sense, go ahead and accept it. If there's a different time that makes a little bit more sense, let me know. At that point in time, what I'll do is we'll just check the temperature as it relates to the website, right? If there's a hiccup or something, okay, great. If not, my intention with that next call would be to get the URL for that website, understand what the brand looks like for that website. And it could be a quick, we don't even need to necessarily have a call. We could do a text back and forth. I just need the reminder. And then what I can do is I can put together a couple options as it relates to running social media, what's included, and what that would look like, and see if it's something that makes sense. I'll end it with this. This isn't our first rodeo. I'm on a mission to build $1 billion brand. We're already working with $1 billion brands. And this marketing and advertising thing, it's not just a business thing for me, it's a personal thing to me. I worked alongside Grant Cardone for 5 years and saw a business go from 17 million in their bank account from real estate to like 5.2 billion as far as what they're worth in under 5 years. And all of that had to do with branding, personal brand and business brand. So it's not just a business thing to me. It's like a personal thing. I'm doing it every single day. And just know that, like, if you're not doing it, you're going to be okay. But if you do something, whether it's with us or anybody else, that's how you start lighting fuel to the fire. Like, it just is what it is in today's 21st century marketplace. And I know you know that, being the business owner you are. So how does something like that sound?
Yeah, so we can schedule for Wednesday next week, and then if ever the website is done quicker,
Okay.
I'll just schedule a call for earlier through your website. And then,
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Then I'll be able to send you the link to the website. If you don't mind, can I send you the catalog that we made with our products and
Hell
my
yeah.
story? Sorry, that's my dog.
Hell yeah, bro. No worries. Hell yeah, man. Send me. Listen, this is my cell phone number, right? Like, I get text here. Like, you can text me here. Just any data and information that I can get on over to the team and the project manager that spearheads that division, and for me to truly understand the brand I mean, it'll be remarkable. I mean, it would be everything, just so I can understand what the hell it is we're talking about here, you know?
So you get to have an idea. You're not walking in the blind, you know?
Exactly.
You have an idea of
Exactly.
who I am and in the blind as well.
Exactly. And to see if it's something that we can help move the needle. I'm not going to say yes and do business if it doesn't make sense, and it's got to make sense for both sides. But I have high confidence in the fact that you're an athlete. It's apparel brand. You know what it is that you're doing. It's just a matter of just getting the word out there and having some sort of digital presence. And bro, that's what we do at a very high level.
Listen, it's something I've always believed in, and it's something that I still believe in, and that's what keeps me moving forward. And then if there's one thing that I want you to know, is that the market I'm targeting is not the Canadian market, it's the American market, because you guys are, what, 200 million people, 300 million?
Yeah.
In Canada, we get 2-3 months maybe of summer.
I know.
Good temperature. So I want to target California, Florida, Miami, because that's where most of the people who buy us, they're open to different colors. You'll see in the catalog, we do products through sublimation to print a design. So we need people who are open to bright colors. So California, Florida, Miami, like the U.S. market is what I'm targeting compared to the Canadian market.
Perfect. I just wrote that down too. Okay. Say less, man. There is something here. My mind's going. I know this could be potentially the first thing, but that back end thing, and that, you know, once you start building an email list and doing the retention for emails and whatnot, brother, in some apparel brands, we're bringing apparel companies anywhere from additional $400K to like $650K a month through email marketing, brother. It's freaking insanity. But in order for that to work, you got to have a strong email list, and you got to be constantly focused on that. And we could have a conversation just what I see other big time brands are currently doing to accomplish that as well. But I don't want to get too ahead of it. First, we'll focus on this. I sent a calendar invite for next week, Wednesday. Did you receive that?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I did.
Okay, just go ahead and accept it so it's on the calendar. I know nothing's real unless it's on the calendar, and then we'll just continue our conversation then. And I'll be on the lookout for a text if and when you send anything over.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'll send as soon as possible, and then, like I said, I'll let you know in case. Maybe I'll send you a message if ever I need to reschedule before or after.
Okay.
When the website's done, and then I'll send you the link, the catalog, and everything, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
It's a long road, but I'm ready to learn.
Amen. Amen. We're right beside you, brother. It's all good, man. This is easy. Listen, brain surgery is hard. This is easy. So, you just got to keep it simple. So I got you, man. I'm looking forward to it. And then we'll talk to you then. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon. Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you for calling me again.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Boom. So, hey, listen, y'all, that call right there, man, there's so much to take away from that call. What that call was a cold call, right? This was a cold call last week. He gave me a call back. Then he scheduled a call on my calendar for 2 days after the fact. I didn't catch him because he was in a sales meeting, so we had to reschedule for today. Had no idea what the hell he was calling about, no idea what he needed. My responsibility on that first call was to understand his pain points, understand what's going on, understand why this is on the radar for him in the first place, and learn a little bit more about the individual, the brand, like what it is that he's doing. These are the things that you have to do in order to create some sort of value. If you notice, we went over pricing, we went over case studies, we went over testimonials, who we're working with, the products and services, or in our case, the services that it is that we provide. And he has a full understanding as it relates to what could potentially come from next. We highlighted all that on a simple 5-minute phone conversation. But if you don't know how to navigate those waters, if you don't know what it is that you're currently doing, if you don't know how to do this thing, that's a problem. So y'all play this thing back. Take a look at what happened. Sit down. Turn every distraction off around you and take some notes, because this game, this communication game, is everything. And it's the only way that we're going to get this deal and many more to come. So this is Mike Chill, the CEO of Full Circle Agency. Keep following the YouTube channel. Keep checking out what it is we got going. We're on a mission to build $1 billion brand, one conversation at a time. But when I say conversation, it's got to be an effective communication in that conversation. Deuces.